Hello crafty friends and welcome back to my channel. Today I have another fun card project using the Spellbinders BetterPress Letterpress system. Well, for this project I wanted to try something different. I will be experimenting with cardstocks and ink pads that I use for my regular card making, which are not designed specifically for the BetterPress system. Well, before we get started, I would really appreciate if you could take a minute to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so that you get notified every time I post a new video. For my card, I will be using the Farm Sweet Farm Betterpress plate, which comes with a coordinating die set that will cut out the sentiments. Now, this is part of the Justine's Farm collection. Well, since my card is today focusing on experimenting with cardstocks and ink pads, I decided to use just one color. But I love how you can create a peaceful farm scene with all these plates. Now we have 14 press plates here. This also comes with a clear acetate registration template which will help you guide for your perfect placement of all those little pieces to create your farm scene. Then we also have those four metal dies which will cut your sentiments absolutely perfectly. Now, since I was planning to use just one color, so I didn't require my registration plates, but that'll come in handy if you decide to use a variety of different colors to create a multicolored scene. Now, you can check out my previous video on the Betterpress system. That is an introduction to Betterpress, my first video using this Betterpress system, where I show you how exactly this system works, how to place your press plates, and all the other little details. I will leave a link to that video down in the description box below. I will be creating an A2 size card here, so I am arranging all of my little pieces within the A2 framed marking. That way, I know where exactly all of the images will be etched onto my cardstock. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm using just a single color to create my background today, so I'm placing all of these little pieces together at once. If you plan on using different colors for each of those layers, you could definitely use a template as a guide to align each of those layers separately. Now, all of these little pieces are held together perfectly on the magnetic shim. The magnet is strong enough and none of these pieces will move even as you apply ink on them. The Betterpress system does come with the Betterpress inks, which are specifically formulated Ranger archival inks. Well, I decided to try my Simon Says Positively Saturated ink in the shade MOCHA, which is a beautiful brown shade. Well, I love using my positively saturated inks, and I have been using it for all kinds of stamping and ink blending and even work as amazing for watercolors. But I wanted to see if I could use these on my Betterpress system too. Well, I must say I was absolutely stunned by the result. It was fairly easy to apply the ink onto these plates. I just had to make sure that I had stamped on all the little edges and grooves to get a good impression. Well, here's a look at the result. I think it's absolutely stunning. The video definitely does not do justice to how beautiful this panel looks in real life. Now, I had a few little elements missing there, so I added the little grass border and stamped it with the same mocha ink and ran the sandwich through my die cutting machine. As far as the cardstock is concerned, the Betterpress cardstock is a heavy 118-pound cotton cardstock. I wanted to see if it works with the other cardstocks that I have in my stash. I used a lightweight 80-pound craft cardstock. Well, I did add all of the three shims that were provided in the Betterpress system, which provided the much needed pressure to get a perfect impression on my cardstock panel. I stamped my sentiments on some scrap piece of the Betterpress cardstock which I had from my previous project. I used the same mocha ink and then I cut out these pieces using the coordinating dies. Well, I stamped two sentiments, home sweet home and there's no place like home. I had to decide if I was going to use both these sentiments or just one. Now, I absolutely love how that brown got impressed onto the white cardstock. I decided to go with the home sweet home sentiment, which I placed on the top right hand corner of this card panel. Now I adhered my background panel using some foam tape onto a top folding A2 size note card and used some liquid glue to adhere my sentiment strip. I absolutely love how this card turned out. The letterpress system is definitely taking my card making to a whole new level. Well, here's a look at the finished card. I had so much fun creating this project and experimenting with the inks and cardstocks. All the supplies that I used in today's video will be found linked in the description box below. Please note that all of these links are affiliate links, which means that if you shop using one of my links, I get a small commission at no cost to you guys. Thank you again for joining me today. Until next time, stay safe.